just recorded a TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of...
What are you doing? You're going to get us all sick.
We're all going to die. Sorry.
We're all going to die.
I'm just worried that they're not going to be able to hear me. As always, thank you for liking, watching, viewing, subscribing. Subscribing mostly. If you're watching on YouTube, click that subscribe button.
Wait.
We've got a special offer this month.
What is it?
Free subscriptions on YouTube.
Oh, sweet. Do you get a mask with that?
You get a mask and a pair of gloves.
Put your mask on.
I know.
How am I supposed to drink this?
You know what?
Man, fuck these masks.
Okay. Guys, we know this is serious. Don't take us seriously. We just thought it would be funny. Okay, now let me crack this beer.
Now I've got some
Too hot to be so rude.
There we go.
Oh no, I'm definitely keeping the gloves on.
Oh my gosh, of course you are.
Definitely keeping the gloves on.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the migraine doc, Dr. B, here with these two ding-dongs. Go for it, ding-dong.
I'm just a patient.
Patient number one.
I feel safe. I'm with a couple of doctors.
Doctor.
Here, let's really creep people out. Let's touch our tips.
Tips.
Hang on, I'm gonna neck you there.
Hey-oh.
Gingerly touch your tips. Don't go too
Did
crazy.
you say tits? Because I think you said tits.
I could.
Yeah, we could do that too.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I do love a good pair.
Welcome back to another episode of Don't Be So Brewed. Where we're under quarantine. So since we're under quarantine, we kind of figured all we should do is record a podcast.
Yeah.
14 days of quarantine.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start telling my boss that I have flu-like symptoms.
So are these like quarantation? Is that like a word we could come up with here?
Orientation.
Orientation?
Like an orientation for quarantine?
For quarantine.
Gotcha.
Somebody's got to lead the charge.
You know, hey, listen, we're worried about doing that, so why not? Let's all get together on a Saturday and hang out at Jason's new house.
We did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did
do that.
It was good.
I missed you, but
great.
apparently you were there.
I did. I got things started, man.
Yeah, you did.
Kicked it off.
That's right.
He was patient zero to that party.
I'm not surprised. Especially when he was like texting at like 6:15 that he was getting ready. Oh, hey, you need me to grab anything? We're gonna be on our way. You're like, no, we're already drinking. I'm good.
Yeah.
Alana's like, we've got to leave early because the kids Charlotte's got dance competition. I'm like,
wasn't it like really early?
Yeah, dude. I mean, we left at like 9:45, but we had to be up at 7:30 in the morning to get her ready.
She posted some Instagram or TikTok or something that was like when you had to be up at 6 or something for a dance.
Probably.
Well, she had to put makeup on and do her hair.
True.
And daylight savings, so...
Dude,
really kind of 6
daylight savings time. I like it when it shifts to this, but it really F's me up.
I just need like 3 days, but, you know... Aside from today, being able to drive home with it light outside, or the possibility of that happening.
I was about to say, going home,
pretty exciting.
coming here, and I'm like, it's still light outside.
So I had people still showing up at the house at midnight.
Damn, man.
Yeah. So
you gotta lock those doors.
I guess that's true, because we were still there, and there were people coming in.
The last 2 people left, and I went in to the bedroom, and I laid down, and it said 4:55. Now, granted, that was 3:55.
Yeah.
But still.
That's pretty late.
It was friggin' 5 o'clock in the morning.
They hit it hard.
Oh. You know, and I don't know that I had but like 2 drinks during our party because we were so busy. Like,
really?
Yeah. I mean, I drank plenty before everybody got
hosting.
there.
Dude, I had like 3
It's a new house, you're hosting, you want to show everybody around. Dude, I was telling him, so I had to go to a baby shower before. With some friends of ours. Haven was a host, so we had to be there.
We heard.
Oh, no. So I'm there. We're eating. Before we eat, Haven's like, hey, do you want to go get a drink there in the back? I'm like, sure, what do we got? And she's like, well, there's a cooler with like beer and all that stuff in it. And she's like, and there's a margarita machine in the back. Ooh, sweaty condom. I mean, gloves.
XL. Magnum. XL.
That's right.
Not really.
And I was like, okay, so I just went from one party that had one frozen margarita machine show up at their house, and I'm like, walk out the back, I'm like, oh shit, this party's got 3 of them.
So you should have got here earlier.
Well, you know what I just thought of?
Those things were still running strong.
When you made
we hit them hard.
Yeah, I think we made 10 gallons of frozen hurricanes, and I might have got rid of 2.
Damn.
At the end, like
the next morning, the next afternoon when I woke up that morning.
Yeah,
afternoon.
Dude, my favorite moment still was, I think you were gone. I think you were having a meeting or something, and then everybody wanted to get a picture.
Business.
Yeah, you know what I mean. you guys know what we mean.
Did I miss the picture?
Where they went inside of your wine closet cellar.
The best part is, like, I put a comment up. I was like, my security camera has the opposite of view of what you guys are doing, and I had a security camera in there specifically because I knew that was going to happen.
Well, they were trying to figure out how to get in there, so it's like, they're like, it's locked. They tried to reach through. They're like, it's got a lock on both sides. Like, you can't just reach in and unlock it. And I told Cahill, I'm like, dude, don't be a pussy. There's a big window right there on the side. Just climb in through there. So his dumbass climbed in through that side window and then pushed the door and realized it wasn't locked. I'm like, that's classic. So then they, of course, had to pull the sign and go in there and take pictures and do all that. I got my one photo bomb in. That was all I needed. It happened.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Saw statements on that. The other thing that happened was our new sister podcast had their hosts there, and they enjoyed it immensely as well. They were partaking.
Why don't you tell them who the sister podcast is? I don't think we've mentioned that.
We haven't yet.
They've been on this show.
They have been.
They have.
Now they belong to the Studio Dallas crew.
They're part of our team.
The Starter Girls.
Mm-hmm. Family.
Starter Girls with a Z.
With a Z. Badass women doing badass women things and being boss babes.
And they're hilarious too.
They are. They're fun. And they had some great guests. Like a couple episodes so far that I've recorded with them.
Oh, I'll give them hands down. They kick our ass on guests.
By far. They are much better.
Except for Kenneth. Kenneth, you're one of my favorites.
Alex Jones.
I don't want to pick favorites, but I have a favorite. Actually, you could probably bring up multiple ones and bring up a situation. I'd be like, oh, that was a good one too.
That's my favorite too.
Yeah. I have a recency bias of how soon was that one? Oh, I'm like, Kenneth was just on here.
In all fairness, I was such a favorite that you brought me on full time.
True story.
That's right.
So technically,
I win that one. More. This is what we need to do.
I mean, it's not a matter of the 12 people we asked ahead of time said no. I mean,
yeah,
you really were our favorite.
They had better things to do, but I was
right. Well, you kind of were always our backfill if we ever needed someone extra. It was like somebody crapped out on us; they couldn't do anything. We're like, let's reach out to Jason.
We needed a back door. We knew who to call.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for when we get a lady that's on the logo. You think that's ever going to happen?
I think it could.
I think it'd be a good balance.
I mean, at that point, it'd be kind of like...
we need a Robin.
We kind of do, like, almost what I'm doing on one of our other podcasts, where I'm, like, the off-the-mic voice talent. We just need one of those that she just sits over there.
No one needs to know that.
Well, it's kind of a secret, but if you watch our show, you get to know all the secrets. You get to be in on stuff like that.
So I'm going to take this way back, but those people listening on audio probably don't know that when we started this, we were making the discussion because we were wearing protective 3M masks and gloves because everything is Corona.
Yeah, sorry. We should have referenced that.
The floor is not lava. Everything is Corona.
It's Corona time.
Corona time.
Especially since it's officially in Frisco.
And you also saw us recording a TikTok before this launched.
There's a plausible positive in Frisco. It's a 30-ish-year-old man who just returned back from California.
Stop traveling, people.
I know, right?
Let this thing die out. How about a worldwide 14 days of vacation? Nobody leave.
I think we should do it.
Well, I'm traveling.
So that's a great one. So there was and I know you watching on videos saw this, but it's super intelligent what happened in China in the sense that there was an app that came out. I want to say it was called DigiApp or something like that.
Okay.
And what it allowed was the schools to close down and the teachers to give homework and remote location classes. Well, the Chinese kids know apps and the phone services so well, they knew that if they downgraded the reviews so bad, it would remove it. They would have to remove it from iTunes. And so they, overnight,
smart.
It went from a 4.9 to a 1.4. And iTunes dropped the app from provider service. So that they could get out of doing schoolwork.
Doesn't sound like they need education.
Right?
Sounds like they got it figured out.
I'm totally impressed with these children.
Sounds like they're future government employees.
Entirely. There's our song. Sounds like I said, Legends of Zelda or Link.
Yeah, I was
Travel
about to
in the mystical
it's
forest.
It's definitely one of those songs that it gets stuck in your head. I mean, for the whole 30 seconds that you listened to it, when I was showing you a video earlier too, this is what we're talking about here. We were recording a TikTok right before we started.
Literally.
What else would we do?
Because he's addicted. He's got a problem.
Yeah, I'm
I
addicted
don't
to
even know.
it blowing up our podcast. That's all I want is
That's
for one
right.
video to go.
Did you post it when we started? Because
I
didn't
just
even
posted it, yeah.
Oh, because I didn't even pay attention to what time we started.
Did it
we're
blow
gonna
up
have
yet?
we're gonna have a long episode.
Are we famous
Are we
yet?
famous?
4 million viewers already.
By the way, I did upload that same video like 6 times to try to. I said I'm going to keep posting this until we get famous, and I will keep posting it. This one.
Yeah, I like that one.
That's because you got to grab your ass in front of everybody on TikTok.
Hey man, who would
Slapped
have
it.
expected it?
At least you had a beard. At least you had a beard there.
Yeah, like the bearded bro host. I mean, he's growing it back already anyway. So
Ruining our brand here.
even though CDC told us we should get rid of it to protect ourselves from Corona.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, whatever.
So what I want to know is like, I mean, I got some conspiracy stuff I want to discuss about it too, but these people that
Are we becoming a conspiracy podcast?
dude, I'm like all over this shit, and I'm like thinking of it on my own too, which is the scary part. So
I agree with that
Sure.
comment. I am Dr. A, and I agree with that.
So
I approve that comment.
thank you, appreciate that. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Not like the other doctor.
Dr. B.
Hey, you at least got one.
So
You're almost at 2 out of 3. Some might say.
almost. So
So buttons.
1 out of 2 doctors approve.
The 5th Dr. Cave. Now, they all recommend Trident.
That would actually
these
be a
people-
hilarious
Right.
video for us to shoot.
I got
2
some-
out of 3 doctors.
I got some good ones.
And then the third one's like, I'm not a doctor.
Not a doctor.
Scott's like, I'm not a doctor.
I just stayed at the Holiday Inn Express last night.
That counts.
Back to the AIM toothpaste.
Yeah.
So these people that are dying from this, were they like previously ill or anything going on, or is there anyone that's like just like perfectly healthy, got
Why are
it?
you worrying about statistics that aren't kept track of?
I'm just curious. That's the thing, right? It's weird. Like there's no. They're telling us who's dying.
A lot of the statistics are the people that are passing away had to be older, health challenged.
It's like
a lot of people that
coronavirus,
get
it's
it,
nursing home.
it still knocks you on your ass. That's basically what I've heard is like, when you get it, you're going to know. It's going to tear you up.
Well, it's a virus, and it's a SARS-based virus, so it's a respiratory
It hits the respiratory
issue.
system, yeah. And it hits you hard.
And again, it's a virus, so you have to kind of let it take its course. I was actually at a doctor's office today, and I spoke with a couple doctors while I was there, and one of them, he was like, "Look, man, I want it put out to all the patients and anybody who's calling in. Don't come here. First off, like, there's nothing I can do for you. It's a virus. It's part of SARS. It's flu-like. If you have something like this and you suspect it, stay home.
Don't come
drink
here.
fluids.
Go to CVS.
Well, drink fluids. Take Tylenol. Take ibuprofen. Because 98 out of 100 people are just going to have to roll through it like a flu.
Dude,
the other 2 people,
most of them
they're
are
going to have to go to the... Well, they're not even necessarily done, but they're going to have to go to the ER because it's the same thing as if you had the flu so bad you were dehydrated and, like, in a dangerous state.
Bro, I got the H1N1 when it happened.
Really?
Yeah, it knocked me on my ass. I lost like 12 pounds in like 3 days.
Oh, man, I could use that.
I literally just slept for,
use that.
I think I slept for like 3 days.
Let's fly somewhere tomorrow, man.
I barely would eat.
go get some
My
H1N1.
mom would bring food into me and it would be like soup and like some grapes and I'd eat like 2 grapes and then leave it there. She'd come in,
She
take
didn't,
that
like,
one out.
slide
just
it
try
under
to-
the door, though? She, like...
No.
Like you were a prisoner
Dude, but it hit me
confinement?
It hit me out of nowhere. I was working for my parents at the time, and I was at working the front desk. We had patients and stuff coming in, and I was like, "Dad, I don't feel so good." And he's like, "Yeah, you don't look good. Go lay down." So
Yeah,
we had
but
a room with a
that's
couch in
normal.
the back. Hey, fuck you. That's not true.
It's like, sorry, son, it's genetic.
I got defense after that. I'm fine. You could tell me actually either way. I'd be like, "Oh, that's sweet of you."
He's deflecting it with his big nose.
Always. Hello.
Bing, 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 bing.
He's like,
its
go back and lay
Come
on
on,
the couch.
Hubert, do it again.
Dude, I went back and laid on the couch and was like out for like 3 or 4 hours. Wakes me up and I'm like, you need me to come back out there? He's like, no, the shift's done. Like, we're gonna go home. Like, let's take you home. Went home, literally just in bed for like 2 or 3 days. Out, done. And I was like, damn. My dad's like, yeah, you probably got whatever it was. You got it. And I'm like, no kidding. Like, ran its course, kicked my ass.
I got malaria overseas once.
Woo!
And that's the only time it's ever happened to me. I got a shot.
You didn't take your pills, bro?
No, I didn't because they really fucked with my head. Like bad nightmares and stuff.
Ooh.
And the PA, the physician's assistant on the Air Force team that was connected to us, gave me a shot, and I was out for 48 hours. Like, I don't remember waking up for 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I woke up a couple times and there was like some things of food in there that I didn't touch or anything like that, and I was just clean out. I had sweated through everything, but the nurses were the PAs, they're not nurses. The physician's assistants kept coming in, checking on me, and making sure that everything was good and I was alive. But man, it was so bad.
I mean, the beauty is that's what your body's supposed to do. You're sweating because it's cranking up the heat to try to burn it out.
Right.
You're sleeping because you don't realize how much energy you burn, even just, all you do is work at a computer. I'm like, bro, if your job is mentally challenging, you have no idea how much energy you use for doing that. So your brain just goes, nope, we're not doing any of this shit. You're just going to sleep for
out.
2 days.
Both of you guys are customer facing too. And so, like, again, what is your mental challenge on dealing with people? Like, there is a level where I have to just control my innards a lot of times when I'm talking to people who are either dumb or they're completely, like, rude back to me or something like that. Like, they can't just be civil.
Right.
Yeah, you have to. There's certain ways. Luckily, I think I've had, even in my short amount of time of life, I've had enough life experiences where tact, I think, comes in of like, somebody throws something at you and you're like, oh, that was very well timed, and I love that approach there, but I'm gently just going to step to the side and be like, no, that's okay, like, because you're right. There's people out there that are slightly less intelligent than some others. There are people out there that just want to, the world has screwed them and they want to try to do that back to you, so they will come at you. I think we talked about that even. Actually, we talked about that on the mini episode because the girls asked the worst patient experience that I've ever had, and I told them the story, and I'm like, I think that guy not coming in was protection for me because I was probably not a good person to have in the office. So
and that was that's what I mean though. It takes a mental toll. So even being sick or wore down, like sometimes it's just like when you're in that crank. When you, not I'm pointing at you, but I don't mean it like you explicitly. But when people are in that position and you're exhausted or whatever, sometimes it's just like throwing the papers in the air and being like, "Fuck this."
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite memes. Or it's like,
I'm just kidding, I need those papers.
It's like, fuck this. And it's like, just kidding, it's only Tuesday. Like, literally, it's one of these where you're throwing them in the air. I think for you, it's the same for me. Like, people can sometimes probably make ridiculous requests of us. Yeah, hey, can you have me better tomorrow? Hey, can you make me this thing that's really complicated and I need it in like 3 days? It's
absolutely. So what level of preparedness do you think is crazy versus realistic for all this? Like we're hearing that like Costco and Sam's Club. I mean, toilet paper people.
Oh, like, bro, we went to Target the other day.
There's no run on bidets from what I'm hearing. But toilet paper, that's like a thing now. That's the first time I've actually heard that come up as an issue. It's not a stomach virus from what I understand. Okay.
No, there was a lot of joking memes going around because it was like, okay, people, the coronavirus, and people were like, what? There's a storm coming? A snowstorm? No, it's just the coronavirus. And they're like, oh, well, I'm going to go buy a bunch of toilet paper and water then. Like, literally, it was like,
crazy,
no, people, that's not what we're telling you to do. Just wash your hands.
They've wiped it out.
Well, I was talking to my dad. To just sequester themselves.
Dude, I was talking to my dad. He said bottles of isopropyl rubbing alcohol are up to like $20 a bottle.
Well, you saw Amy from the Starter Girls posted that up, right? Like you can make your own hand sanitizer with it?
No question about it. Mm-hmm. So that's like going through the roof.
Hand sanitizer's going through the roof.
So Michael was here last week talking about how he spent $1,000 to get a bunch because he was like, I'm going to sell this stuff. So he's one of those guys.
Better get ready for it.
So we were at this dance contest up at the Allen Events Center.
Mm-hmm. With a lot of people there.
9 out of 10 sinks were out of soap. Like, should that even be acceptable, holding a public event?
Absolutely not.
And something like this where...
Not when you're saying, hey, wash your hands. And to be honest, and I'll leak this out, like, I'm not a big hand wash person. I'm not really that worried about it. I'm not scared of germs. Like, germs are everywhere.
He's good now.
So,
bro, germs are everywhere. Like, you're going to come in contact with them. I'm not sitting here trying to say be disgusting, but I'm just saying, like, when things like this, I'm like, I'm not going to ignore it. I'm a little bit more aware, but I'm not going to go crazy. But again, for something like that, where you're like, there's a lot of people running through here, and we're not having enough soap in here just for people to wash their hands.
Well, the thing is, we're at like 113,000 people have contracted this disease. And is that really identified as a pandemic at this point? Like,
I don't know.
There's been like...
I used to have to know that probably for some tests that I took, and I couldn't tell you anymore.
Well, it probably is, but I mean, how much of this is media influence, market influence?
Some of it is. I think there's a mix, though.
It was a buddy of mine who goes to med school at UCF, and he was like, I think we need to be talking to the people who recovered from this at this point and asking them what they've gone through and finding that out, because nobody is talking about how it's people who are immune handicapped, how it's these older people. There's very little children being caused on it, and except for in the third world countries where that's overpopulation, Iran.
Well, and
China.
You're talking about places where they may not necessarily have access to some of the things that we do to keep yourself clean, to shower.
So I'm not as worried about it. Like, no. I mean, my whole family is healthy. None of the three that live in my house have an autoimmune type issue at all.
Which is the big concern, honestly. Is
we have quality health care. We have quality nutrition. For us in the States, the vast majority have really no major concern about it. Yes, it's going to suck. It's going to be your H1N1 discussion, but it's just going to wipe you out and it's going to beat you. It's going to be the man flu, right? Like, it's going to make the man flu look.
Which, by the way, this was not a man flu. This is one of those, like, I'm building up, like, it had me in bed for 2 days.
I don't know. Do you guys think, and this is my conspiracy theory, do you think this virus was released? Do you think this is chemical warfare in any regard?
No, I don't think so.
We're having trouble with China.
I don't really.
Maybe.
All of a sudden, this
if it is, it wasn't
China.
us. I think it was something with China. But I mean, I know there's a lot of conspiracy. Believe me, of course, when we talk about podcasts that we listen to on Joe Rogan, Eddie Bravo's really into that, and he's like, "Listen, there's this place that's got it in China, and that's where it was released, and there's all this."
Trump's like, it's not as deadly as the flu, like. Kind of a little bit dismissive.
But you know what's interesting, because you brought this up, because for those of you who don't know, a little behind the curtain is whenever we're prepping for podcasts, I just go, hey, what do you guys want to talk about? And Scott just lays out like all these things, and for me I was like, okay, Corona and what it's done to the market, because dude, it's got basically, if you're trying to buy a house, it's got rates at an all-time low. I've seen all my people that work within that, these people like, listen, these things are as low as they're ever going to be.
The rates are low, but now you got to worry if people will loan the money.
Yeah, the stock market's going crazy. Gas prices are down. Yeah,
but now you've also got the Saudis that have jumped in and they're now fucking with the supply.
What's going on with that?
I don't know all the details.
I don't know.
But I know oil was a big news factor today as well.
Yeah.
So you had Corona.
Oil's been down for so long at this point. Anyway,
I think it hit like $26 a barrel.
Well, yeah.
I think it's just crazy to
Everybody's
me the
just playing games while the market's down.
Yeah.
Everyone's jumping in and just beating it to death.
Well, yeah, so the amount of effect that it's having.
There's over 110,000 cases, and as of today, there was 56 cases outside of China. This number is of February 26th, but there have been 2,771 fatalities within China.
I also want to know if there's any mislabelings of this. Like, that's the thing, is these are starting to pop up all over. Oh, hey, it's in San Antonio, it's in Ohio.
It was misdiagnosed early, and then they said that was part of the case. Is the test for it costs like $3,700 or something per
who the hell
test.
is going to do that?
And
it's like, I'm just going to assume I have Corona and do
we don't know if it's the flu or Corona, but you should stay home.
Well, and they were a bunch showing false positives at first in the States. So they were actually incorrectly diagnosing a ton of them.
No, I mean, South by Southwest got canceled, by the way, which is a huge event. I say canceled. I bet they're going to reschedule it, would be my thoughts, but we'll see. I'm sure rebooking and doing all that.
To reschedule.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Massive.
Yeah, but you've got all those people. Like, you've already put a lot of work into that. I'm sure that's a 12-month plan out.
Yeah, easy.
They're probably planning the next year as soon as that one's executed, maybe even sooner. So you're talking, that's a big event to cancel. UFC and Bellator have released that they're not changing anything. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. We're still going to host events.
Those guys have enough germs always going. They eat impetigo for breakfast.
By the way, make sure you guys watch our next overtime that will be coming up. We will be watching the Khabib and Ferguson fight for sure. I don't even know what else is on the card. I don't even know what else is going on. I think it's April 18th.
Okay.
So we're going to be watching that one for sure, but I'm interested. I even saw someone share that they do events and they're booked out and they have all this stuff set up and they're like, it just wrecked like 3 or 4 months of their business because people are canceling things.
8 minutes ago, Washington State just reported its 22nd death, 3 from nursing homes.
22nd death?
Of COVID-19. So you want me to bring a little levity to COVID-19 and you'll never hear it the same way again?
Sure.
Every time I read it, I saw this on a meme, and every time I read it, I read it, COVID-19, like the tune to Come On Eileen.
Yep.
COVID-19.
See what I mean? From this moment.
I can't breathe. It means everything.
Oh,
we'll be going on. We'll be going on tour Tuesday.
Go.
Hang on. Let him get the TikTok.
Tick-tock.
You're never gonna guess what happened on Saturday too. Somebody told me that they think that I can sing.
What?
How many hurricanes did they have?
Not enough. And there's someone that knows about singing, so I was rather flattered on that one.
Who was this?
Zach Lumpkin.
Apparently there's
Really?
Yeah.
What song were you singing that he
I have no idea. He invited me to come do a open mic with him.
Sing something for us.
I'm definitely not singing.
He's open micing tonight, I believe, right?
Well, why don't you sing a little happy birthday? Let's see how it comes across.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
So this is going to be a 9 Inch Nails version.
To you.
And then he's gonna Milo it out like, "What's up, bitches?"
Happy birthday, dear Scotty. Happy birthday to you.
This is the creepiest I've ever felt on this podcast.
By the way, we have a whole 11 views on our video. We're blowing up.
Blowing up.
Up 12.
COVID-19.
I was about to say, you know how these go. If they take off, we know.
Bing bong, bing bong, bing. So
Jason doesn't know, but he is coming to my TikTok class.
I'm not coming to the TikTok class.
You said you were. It's too late now. You've already clicked that you were going on
I
the thing,
clicked
so
interested.
It's over.
I clicked interested. I actually won't be because I'll be working at the studio recording that night.
Oh yeah, it's a Wednesday night. We've got the starter girls in here.
Yeah.
Well, they want to come to the event too, so
I saw that. They're the first people I saw that liked it, and I was like, "You're not going to be able to be there.
yeah, we'll have to figure it out.
Work.
You'll be at work.
We got work to do here.
Because I'll be producing while you're doing."
Hey,
I'll debrief him.
Debrief.
tell them what's up. I mean, listen, I've just had so many people reach out to me. I'm like, I can't get to all these, so if you want to come, I'll teach you.
I got an idea.
What's up?
How about we shoot videos of people's logos being laser engraved, and then we sell them to the people.
Back to them.
And then they can
you'll post them on your page. You could actually sell posts to your page because they blow up so much.
That is accurate.
So?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I will. You buy the. Here's how you sell people. You buy the AirPods. Yeah. I will put your logo on them and I'll post it. And you get up to 2 posts. I'll post it once. I'll do a repost. There's nothing guaranteed here, but I'll post this out, and you can just show them. You've got data to show. Listen, this is the amount of views. In 28 days, I had 6 million views. You want to be a part of that? I can be a sponsor for you and be like, my video has 1 million views on my AirPods with my logo.
Can you link in the description for that?
Yeah, I could tag them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worked really well for the specific.
All right, so when we're done with this episode, we'll do a business card with the Don't Be So Brewed podcast.
We need that anyway, because people ask me a ton.
We got to start leveraging our pages to leverage that over. We'll
go blow one out, and I'll post it, and we'll cross it.
Blow it out, baby.
Blow it out.
Blow it out.
What are you at? What are you up to on your page right now, by the way?
For what?
We haven't talked lately. We haven't had anything blow up lately.
You know my metrics?
All my videos that have blown up are getting copyright
infringement on it.
Yeah, because of the music that's on them. You might have to go back through and check some of your videos.
So my last video, 891.7 thousand.
Is that the Impala where it makes a weird sound?
Now, how many Impala videos have I posted that had nothing?
A lot.
A lot. And then the cool thing is, like with this one, it really got a bit of traction where other people went and looked at other videos. So like almost all my videos now are at least 4,000, 5,000 or greater.
I just had a really good idea, actually.
This should be good.
So I got 16.9 thousand followers, 604.9 thousand likes.
Nice. How many followers you got now?
Just under 17,000.
Nice. Dude, that's
a big jump from before I posted that last video.
Dude, I have 0.
Yeah, we know.
Should get with it, bro.
I'm officially at 0.
Let's see.
And unofficially at 0.
You should just start like something that's literally like a branch off of the podcast page, and that's all it's ever about. It's just don't be so brewed, Jason, or whatever it is. DBSB Jason.
Official.
Yeah, official.
Because that's how you get a blue check mark. You gotta have official in your name.
I actually figured out how you do that.
Yeah.
You have to have enough stuff on you on the internet, press releases, other people that have done that are legitimate sources, and if you get that, you can get.
You want to hear some cool news?
What?
Speaking of like press releases, we'll see if this actually happens. So we do business with the UPS store up at Campbell and Collins here in Richardson.
Not a sponsor. You're
Not
welcome.
a sponsor, but did some cool stuff. So I was up there the other day, and Cheryl, the lady that owns the place, said that she nominated Etchus for a UPS store. The brand is looking for companies to highlight the partnership between the UPS store and the company.
Beautiful.
And what they do. So she nominated us for part of this program. Well,
Do you win a trip to the Super Bowl?
no,
Do you get picked?
we already won that. So
Oh shit.
the nomination was selected. We meet with the marketing company tomorrow
Oh, nice.
on Friday rather. Pretty much what she said was, "Hey, look, we're this is what we're doing. We are interested to know if you guys would be interested in sharing your story and so forth." And I guess March 29th is Mom and Pop Business Day.
Yeah.
And they're going to reach out, this marketing agency on behalf of the UPS store. It's going to be reaching out to local media outlets and whatnot to see if they can't do a feature on our stuff.
This is literally perfect. I'm about to shit my pants right now. I'm
shit
excited
my
about
pants!
I'm excited about your thing. That's exciting.
Did our
ship
video
your
just
pants.
go viral?
Are you going to ship your pants or ship your
No,
pants? Because
so-
the UPS ship of your pants would
It's
be a good...
Kmart, right?
I just shit my bed.
Ship my bed.
drawers.
If you haven't seen that, you need to watch it. It's one of the
That is
funniest commercials ever.
that is a Kmart commercial.
I believe we talked about that. Like, I think we played...
while
I think
back.
we did on it might have been an overtime. I think.
Yeah, did I pull it up on an overtime and put it on the TV?
Yeah, I think so. So there's this guy. I'm assuming his name is JT. I don't really know. His handle on TikTok is JT Laybourne. So he's in Utah. Him and his wife both are really big on TikTok. He's got over 500,000 followers. He has some merch that he does, and he's been traveling around doing events like meetups. And so he's coming to Texas. He's going to be in Flower Mound. Guess when? April 18th. My friend actually knows him and connected me with him. So potentially we should all go to his event. He should come to the fight to watch it with
absolutely.
us.
Yeah, man.
And we should have him on the podcast and link up with that to really share what it is and spread what he's doing.
I say we do
really
it.
cool guy.
1,000%.
So I'm going to try to get my friend D to reach out to him and really get us connected again. And I'm going to invite him like, hey, I know that night you got the thing going on. You might want to do nothing, but you can come. We'll take care of you. We'll have whatever. Everybody knows we always have pizza on here. It's kind of a thing now. So
Not a sponsor.
That would be a good sponsor since we order from the same
no
damn
kidding.
place every time.
Where's our damn sponsorship around here? Which, by the way, we didn't grab the game, but we should play that game again today.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
write that on the board.
Go
but
get
the
it.
clickbait,
Go
the
get
clickbait game is where it's
You want
at.
me to go grab it?
Yeah, man, go grab that. Because
Pardon me?
I'm telling you, that was some of the most fun that I had last time.
Oh,
hey,
and-
can you have worse podcast etiquette and slap more shit on the table?
He just got up to get the game for you. Why you gotta be a dick?
Because if I'm gonna be honest, that's one of the things that we have to have etiquette for with some of our other podcasts is just letting them know, because I've noticed some people doing that, and I'm like, oh, you gotta be, and they don't realize it's like a tick that they have because they're not, and they keep doing this, and they're like, yeah, so I tell the story, and
Early on, it was bad for me.
when I was talking about this, I went, and then I was
So-
oh my gosh, you would not believe, and I'm like,
Could you have worse etiquette, Brandon? Damn it. Stop doing that.
So for those of you who don't know and you didn't listen to the last episode,
How dare you?
I went, yeah, exactly. Tell them, Jason. What should they actually do, by the way?
Like, follow, subscribe, and check us out on the YouTube podcast app.
I don't even want the likes anymore. Just share this thing, man.
No, likes are important on our podcast. It
They are,
keep
but
going.
shares are way more powerful.
Likes are important.
And
It's what gets things
subscribe.
trending.
Well, let's have a contest. Let's do likes versus shares.
We don't really share on YouTube. It's not really how that works.
But they could take that YouTube link and share it on
The
other
Facebook.
media channels.
They can.
Do you know how to post videos on Facebook?
Sometimes.
Remember that? Remember that commercial?
Yeah, but
remember when?
But then all the old fogies on there are be like, I'm not gonna click on that. It's probably got a virus on it.
Scott's written me before. Like, did you get hacked?
Oh, it's got a virus.
COVID-19.
Oh god, everything comes full circle. No, so we bought this game, again, not a sponsor, called Clickbait. Essentially what it is selling pointless products one trashy line at a time is their tagline. So what it is you draw a card, it's got a random business, whatever it is, a thing that you're going to have to sell, and we did it because what we want to show you is that if you are a sponsor of the Don't Be So Brewed podcast, we can sell people
damn
anything.
Good sponsorship ad.
We were kind of talking about some of this stuff earlier. The one thing that I feel like I can do, and I'll hang my hat on, is like, I think I could try to sell a lot of different things. Like maybe it should almost be a contest.
Right.
Like, hey, we're all going to buy one each of some random thing at Walmart, and it's like, who can sell this to someone and who can make the most money off of it? That would be a funny competition.
Hey, before we start this, this is one of the topics I wanted to discuss that I put up on our board. Because you're a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
It's not actually bad.
Okay.
By any means.
I didn't know if it was or not.
It's not. John Kitna, he played for the Cowboys back in the day. He played for I think he was drafted by the Seahawks. He was actually last year's quarterback coach for the Cowboys.
Okay.
Pending approval by the school supervisory board, he is going to be the new high school head coach for Burleson in Fort Worth area. Burleson.
Say it with me now. Burleson.
Dude, that's cool.
Right? Like, how cool would it be to last year?
It's interesting. Step back, though, in my opinion. No offense.
So I looked him up. And
Dak gets a big fat offer, and the coach got to go.
Has the offer been made, confirmed yet?
Zool texted me about it the other day, but I don't think so.
I don't think he's accepted
yet.
It was on the media today.
Look it up.
I don't know if he accepted it.
So I did look it up though, but he left.
I have to franchise tag him.
So he played for the Cowboys 2009 to 11, and then again in 13.
Yeah, I was about to say his name sounded hella familiar.
Played for coached Lincoln High School as a head coach from 12 to 14.
And in other news,
then Waxahachie.
You did it right.
Wax on.
I know. I almost read it wrong, and then I had to correct myself. Waxahachie. From 2015 to 2017, then went to Brophy College Prep. 2018, Dallas Cowboys quarterback coach last year, and going back to Burleson.
So Cowboys have reportedly offered Dak Prescott a contract that averages $33 million and includes $105 million in guaranteed money.
Okay.
So Dak, we know you're watching. We'd love to have you on.
And he's going to take that money.
Tell us what you've been through.
And screw Amari over. And you guys are going to lose a wide receiver.
No, we're not going to lose him.
Yeah, you are.
I potentially have a connection that might be able to get him on here. Well, one of these days, it's going to happen.
Well,
we believe through the relationships that we're building on this podcast,
sure he gets that
we're going to get him. Listen, there's a few people.
Sell me on getting Dak or Zeke in
Dak
here.
Prescott. We'll do this as a warm up for Clickbait,
bro.
I'm telling you.
Why would you not want to be on this podcast? Listen,
I want to be on the podcast.
If you are, here's the thing, Dak Prescott. If you're a man of the people. If you are America's quarterback, then you know where you want to go? You want to go on America's podcast. The Don't Be So Brewed podcast.
Are we claiming ourselves as America's podcast?
We're America's podcast.
Bam. New tagline. Best new podcast of 2020.
America's podcast.
I think
no one's had that. That's a shirt.
I think America's podcast with our logo on the back. And
I like it.
Trademark it. Trademark it.
You want to write that?
Somebody trademark it.
Email that.
Can you look that up? Is that website available?
AmericasPodcast.com. Before this goes out, we're definitely gonna pull that up.
I was about to say we're safe right now. Nothing's been released. This isn't live. No, so Dak Prescott is one who I would love to have on here. Really, anyone from the Dallas Cowboys team. I would also love to have Post Malone on here.
Love to have
Jason Momoa is. Jason Momoa is on the screen of this. So it's called yeahdude.com is the website it goes over to. And it's the Yeah Dude podcast, episode 777. Check that
I could take Jason Momoa.
Especially when he takes his...
With my truck.
Yeah, in the Rocket Mortgage.
In the
Rocket Mortgage commercial where he pulls his muscles off.
Man.
You might not know about that commercial. You were actually at the Super Bowl. You see Jason and I watched that.
Their episode on February 19th, Being Disappointed by Plymouth Rock, the Zach Braff podcast, Volcano Live. This is apparently like well-to-do people and a full-on professional, super uber.
You can suck it because we are now America's podcast.
Yeah, take that, bitches.
Yeah. I like it.
We will battle for the title.
I like it.
I'm pretty sure.
Let's clickbait it up. Who's going first?
I'm pretty sure there's a belt.
I like it.
I want Brandon to go first. I want Brandon to start it off.
Do it.
Okay. Somebody got timer duties?
Yeah. I'll watch the clock.
Okay.
All right, go. Take this seriously.
Yeah, man.
This is, people want to hear how good you are.
Ready, set, sell.
Ladies and gentlemen, this week we would like to bring attention to our very, very special sponsor. Here's the thing. Ladies, I know you got a guy out there, and I know he's not quite as bright as you would like him to be. I know that he's handsome.
He's looking at you.
Talking to us?
He's looking at you.
I know that he's handsome. He's sweet.
Maybe he's talking.
He rubs your feet. He maybe has a beard, maybe doesn't. But I know he takes really good care of you. But you know what he really needs? He needs an IQ boosting fedora. See, what people don't know is that the fedora used to be out, but now it's in. Pretty soon, you'll see every single one of us wearing a fedora on this show. You know why?
IQ boosting yarmulke.
Because IQ boosting yarmulke. Because we all need our IQs boosted. Make sure you go to IQboostingfedora.com. Use the code DBSB 10% to get 10% off your next purchase.
All right, that was pretty good.
I don't know. He went over time.
Even with the peanut gallery over here.
Took him 40
seconds to say the name.
I mean, that was like 40 seconds not on TikTok. I mean, he might be...
Oh, my God. Withdrawals.
No, Scott's the one that's like, get to me in 6 seconds or I don't matter. Come on, let's see how fast.
Yeah. 6 seconds.
All right. Am I on?
Go.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We'd like to introduce our new sponsor, Discount Adventure Vacations. These are some of the most amazing trips. You can go swimming with the sharks. It is discounted, though, so there are no cages. This is just for real men and real girls that like true adventure. We're doing cliff diving. Again, nowhere to catch. There may or may not be water down there. We don't know how deep it is. Nobody's ever done it, but it's on special. Get on it today.
Dude, Discount they do have a bungee jumping thing that they do with a bungee that's only been used like quite a few times, but they got it for a really good deal on eBay.
Well, we can't afford to hold it down. Two guys hold it while they plunge you out too.
They said that there's only a couple rubber bands that break every time, and
I have
like,
an
it's
awesome
still good.
Story that actually is truthful and follows that up when you're done.
Oh shit! I guess I'm done. DiscountAdventureVacations.com. Use the code DBSB. 90% off. Get it now.
Wow, 90%. Who could pass on that?
That's a discount, man.
So I believe I've told something about this story before. It's definitely a Korean Batman discussion line.
Okay. Is this going to be... Do we need to save this?
No, I mean...
How much time do you need? This is a 30-second game.
Yeah, well, it'll be quick. I used to... there was a bungee jumping place.
That's what he said.
It'll be quick.
That's what he said.
There was a bungee jumping place on a pier, like right down by Hyundai Beach, which is the beach that we talked about in the previous podcast. It was funny because we would go down there and we'd go on a Ferris wheel or whatever before we went out. Well, there's a bungee jumping place, and I would love to do it. And you'd pay like $20 and go bungee jump. Yes.
Do you? You don't do that stuff, right?
No.
I don't do that stuff.
Bungee jumping? No. I'll do some crazy shit. I ain't bungee jumping.
Oh, I bungee jumped.
Well, you jumped out of airplanes and shit, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right, so...
I mean,
and the bungee jump was way scarier.
That's like jumping out of an airplane and getting
because you could look at the rope and see all the rubber bands that had been broke, and I could hear them popping when I would jump, like pop, 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 pop. And I'd be over top of the big giant airbag.
You see the size of me on this camera?
I loved it. It was so much fun. I loved it. It was awesome. I know, I guarantee that's part of the reason why I needed a chiropractor.
I had a patient bring this up on Saturday, as a matter of fact, that's one of the things that she likes to do and she would like to be able to go back to doing again, was bungee jumping.
Nice.
You're going to like this.
Am I?
He's gonna like this.
Korean
Is this
bungee
one
jumps?
Jason?
Yeah.
Is it Korean bungee jumps?
Yes. Yes. This is actually my favorite sponsor. It's our favorite sponsor we've had so far. You better.
Oh, man. Am I ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
We're ready. We'll lock it in. Ready?
You can have as much time as
Scene.
you'd like.
Come on down to the Don't Be So Brewed Unicorn Jerky Establishment. You want some exotic meats? We got meats. They're going to taste great in your mouth. Come see our unicorn jerky. Come taste it. Come try it. It's going to be the best exotic meats that you've had to date. Is there a reason why Noah didn't put it on the ark? I don't know.
Maybe.
But we have it. We used it. We dried it, and it's the best jerky you're ever going to have.
It's actually served in an authentic unicorn horn. Authentic. And Scott will engrave it for you if you want.
That's right. So
After I'm done chewing on it.
So come down.
No, the horn.
Get yourself a free taste of unicorn jerky by mentioning the Don't Be So Brewed podcast. And likewise, go to Etchus and get your horn engraved.
Feeling horny?
Yes.
Ain't it neat? Try our meat.
That should be another thing. Hey, we gotta have a tagline. You gotta try to give their tagline. What's it
Ain't
gonna
it
be?
neat? Try our meat.
That's the sponsorship that all my podcasts that I watch get is Blue Chew.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
theirs is Chew It and Do It.
Unicorn jerky. Taste the rainbow.
Taste the rainbow.
Sorry, Skittles, you're out.
Oh, I thought that was my
Trademark.
Oh, do you want a fresh one?
Yeah.
That's weak.
Weak
Hang on,
sauce.
I'm gonna. Oh, here we go.
Scotty's just gonna pick one.
There we go.
Good Lord.
That'll be a good one.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Isn't it though?
I was about to say, now we're just picking ones out apparently that we like, which is
Go
even
ahead.
better.
This one's mine.
I don't want to say this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would love to give a quick shout out to our title sponsor of this episode, Yeti Spotting Safaris. I know there's a lot of you out there. You guys love our conspiracies. You love when we had Daniel Cahill on the show. Daniel Cahill has actually gone out and started a business, and it is called Yeti Spotting Safaris. And what do you do on a Yeti Spotting Safari? You go out. You look for Yetis.
It's like whale watching, people.
It
Not
is.
Yeti, we don't.
You're probably not going to
Yeti.
see anything. You're probably just going to go out there and hang out and have a good time. Your kids will be disappointed. You won't get anything on your camera, but it'll be a blast. Make sure you go to YetiSpottingSafari.com. Click on the link that they have on their page. Make sure you type in DBSB 50 and you'll get 50% off your safari on us. Thanks, Daniel Cahill.
Ready?
Yeah, I can't wait to see what y'all picked since you picked yours.
I put mine back and took the next one.
Did you really?
Yeah. I felt bad.
Dude, yours is even better though. I can already see it.
I had some really, even for our podcast, really off color stuff for that one. Oh, so
I would let it go. You got to roll, man.
Not on a Michael Jackson joke.
We welcome back. We are totally excited to introduce our latest and greatest sponsor. Brandon has said in the past that the Be So and Don't Be So Brewed is for BS. We are pleased to announce You Do Poo Laxatives. If you have trouble getting it out, You Do Poo Laxatives is here to save your day. Like playing pranks? You Do Poo Laxatives is exactly what you want to play with.
Tough to get it out? Give us a shout.
Tough to get it out. Give us a shout. With all the coronavirus stuff lately, people have been buying a lot of toilet paper. You're going to need something to wipe. You're going to want to push this through your system. You Do Poop Laxatives is the quickest way to get it out and use that freshly found toilet paper that you just purchased.
And have way too damn much of.
There's no discounts on this one. Not now. We're in a virus state, people. People need to get this shit out of their system.
Pandemic.
YouDoPooLaxatives.com.
COVID.
Tell them Don't Be So Brewed podcast sent you.
Taste the poo.
We'll leave the light on for you. I'm Tom Bodette.
We'll leave
the light on for
So how
you.
does that work with all the toilet paper being gone? Like, people like still using it to wipe the seats, or how's that work? I mean, this is like commodity now.
Wouldn't know. Wouldn't know. Like when we moved into
it's the same as everyone else, dude. Oh, what? Water, toilet paper, milk, bread.
Toilet paper.
Lock her down. It's insane to me.
All right, Jason. Jason's going to give our last and final sponsor of this episode.
The Don't Be So Brewed Don't Be So Brewed podcast is sponsored
Have another
by
bottle of water.
Bulletproof Onesies. When you think,
Bang, bang.
pew, pew. When you know ISIS is around the corner,
They are.
and you don't have enough toilet paper, check out Bulletproof Onesies. Check them out on www.bulletproofonesie.com. Put in the discount code DBSB for a 10% discount.
Make sure you buy our specific branded onesie. It's really cool. Scott's face is on the crotch.
Crotch. Brandon's is on the ass.
Sizes available.
We don't know where we put Jason's. We couldn't decide.
Nipples.
It's on the flat.
I feel like we hit a majority. The last thing that I wanted to talk about, I was thinking about this. I was talking to Zach about this at your house, was just music and how I can get very nostalgic. Like a certain song will come on, something from like back in the day, and it'll just like take me immediately to that time of like when I was listening to the song.
Like what song?
Back streets back. All right.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, I'll listen to that one all the time. I mean, listen, I know people hate
Can you
Nickelback,
sing it?
but if I hear a Nickelback
Can
song,
you sing it?
yeah, I could. You'd have to
it.
pay me though. I'm
How
not free.
much? How much?
What you got?
I got a
Yeah, it's
beat
not
a
gonna
cap.
work.
I got a mask.
Nah, it's not gonna work either. I already got one.
I mean, they're sold out everywhere.
Yeah,
You owe.
Along with the toilet paper.
we have our Don't Be So Brewed masks here.
Dr. Masks.
No, for real. Like, there's not music from your generation or when you were younger or when you were in college or a certain time where it's like when you hear that song come on the radio, it's like, oh man, like it takes you back like immediately.
Like Third Eye Blind for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Like just kind of cruising in the country.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes there's just good times for that. Like, hey, I'm just going to drive around. I'm going to chill.
You know the group Real Big Fish?
Yeah, yeah.
That too. Used to listen to a lot of that.
My music taste is so eclectic, it's ridiculous.
Really?
About the only thing I won't listen to is like country in the 2000s and on, basically.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So what was your thing back that gets you probably most nostalgic?
Man, it's just a lot of stuff that I think it was like music from when I was in high school or when I was in college.
You like a Metallica?
It just takes you
You
back.
like,
Metallica was a little bit before my time, but I liked Metallica. Again, like I said, people hate on Nickelback. Like, they were popular when I was that age, and that was what people listened to.
photograph.
I mean, at the time, I was in on that.
do it makes me laugh.
Sound like you're trying to take a shit, but yeah, I mean, it's probably about
I did
what
You do poo laxatives.
You do poo laxative in
Yeah.
his beer.
Uh-oh. You're in trouble.
Whoa!
Use our code, DBSB10.
For 90% off.
All right.
Comes with a free roll of toilet paper.
So,
We will poo on you. All right.
for me, it was like it was the real like pop music of the early 2000s.
It's good
like,
stuff, too.
like Ace of Base,
No, like Ja Rule.
I was going to say, you're about to mention Ja Rule.
right? Ashanti,
Busta,
The reason I...
Cisco. Remember the thong song?
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, the reason I mention this is because, you know, I got called out on my millennialness, so I looked up a millennial prom playlist on Spotify, and the music on there, I was like, this is money.
That's
This is
awesome.
great. Matter of fact, I made him listen to it.
He's
at the
like,
gym
no,
earlier
I'm not
today.
in the middle. I can smack right into this sucker.
Whatever.
It makes me remember like being in college and in Cedar Falls, Waterloo area back in Iowa, and I had a 1999 Saturn SL1,
Man, dude, rough life.
and it was
That was cool back then.
I mean, it was.
What year was this?
It's 2001, 2.
Okay, so it's still kind of.
Relatively, but it was. So my dad and I salvaged it. We actually bought 2 and rebuilt it
Okay.
and salvaged
So
it
was that like a
ourselves.
whole thing too, like connections, because you
That was
built it
a
with
lot
your
of-
dad and did all that? Like,
Not really. I mean,
not
but it
really.
was just one of those things where like we were just we found a good deal on it and figured we would salvage the car itself. And
The exact kind of car you'd want to bond over.
right.
Most of it's put together with glue and plastic.
I remember so this was the dentless car back in the day. Like you know the guy like
The commercial was the shopping cart would bump into it and nothing would happen.
yeah.
Did you test that theory?
I mean, I actually had a deer hit me in the back passenger door, and it knocked the car. It was such a small car. It bumped the car half a lane. Woo. Hit me out on a pitch black road, coming back from the gym one night. Hit the back passenger door, bumped
Scott,
it over.
By the way, that's what happens when you live in the country is deer can hit your car. You hit them at any point in time.
Yeah, I went to college in the country. I got learned.
Oh, you want to? Oh, okay. You want to talk about another song that takes you back? Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get all over that. You
My
didn't even
kids
go with
even
Charlotte.
like it. Yeah, kids even like it.
Oh man, yeah.
Come from
You just reminded
They
me.
were put there by a man in a factory downtown.
Oh,
You're welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in a few minutes ago and then turning it off now.
Every day.
Now we know we can say whatever we want because no one's listening beyond this point.
exactly right.
Bye guys, see ya. No, you just reminded me like one of the things we used to do when I was in college, which is terrible.
That's a clip.
Is we would literally get.
That's totally the clip.
We would get in somebody's vehicle. We'd load us up in there. We'd literally have like a couple 30 packs in the back, and we would just go driving through the country listening to music.
12-pack of soda in here.
I can't even remember what we called it. It was just one of those like,
Natty
hey, you want to go
Ice.
do this? And like literally, we would just go out there cruising. My buddy would have a shotgun in the trunk, like, oh hey, I'm gonna shoot this sign out here, like just the most ridiculous. I mean, this was in Kansas. I mean, what else are we gonna do? My buddy did.
know. You should
My
shoot
roommate in
shit.
college did teach me about the fact that you would go and buy the cheapest sodas that you can get at Walmart, and then you would try to hit signs with them driving down the highway. So you'd lean out the side of the car, you'd try to time it right of chunking it in the air and hope that it would hit the sign.
But
It
how
was
do
a
you know
blast.
if you hit?
You'd hear it for sure. You'd know. Sometimes it would demolish the sign. Like it was awesome.
Really?
But it was very hard to do.
I had a friend who put a new windshield washer tank in his car. You know where I'm going with that?
Oh, yeah, I know where you're going.
Rerouted the line into the glove box, and so we fill it with Jack Daniels, and all you had to carry was Coke cans around.
Oh, I thought you were spraying other people's cookies.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
no.
I thought.
Put a brand new one in.
I thought you were spraying the person who sat in the passenger seat. Like, hey, can you grab something for me?
You had to drink it down a good bit, and you had to shove a hose like into the can and hold the top of it because that pressure that comes through would like really nail it.
Huh.
The pressure that came from it was pretty strong.
Yeah, squirter.
It'd give you a shot.
Man,
Did you ever put
Are
your
you
mouth on
sick?
me?
Yeah.
No,
Your
I'm
eyes
good.
are starting to water. I'm not
Did-
far from putting my
Just-
Did you ever put
my
your mouth
COVID
on that
mask on.
hose?
No, I never stuck it in my mouth.
Did anybody?
I don't know. It wasn't my car.
Never stuck it in my
It
mouth.
wasn't my car.
Where'd you stick it then?
In the can. I told.
Oh, in your can.
Put it in
Got
the hole of the can.
I didn't
yeah.
suck on it. I drank from it.
Man, this laxative company is getting their money's worth here. Vodka in the can.
Were you in school when the vodka soaked tampons were like? Discussion was always going around.
No, past my
We
time.
had kids do that.
We drank beer, horrible, shitty beer, but we drank beer.
We had girls
Brandon's people ate
We had to drive
tampons.
on Sundays. We had to drive to Oklahoma. We had to drive like
to go get it
30
from a dry,
minutes.
not dry county.
Yeah, at a gas
So
station.
one reason
we'd drive in there.
somebody would go to Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, that's one of the few reasons. That and to gamble. If it weren't for casinos, I don't think anybody would.
Hey, you went there not long ago. You're supposed to be on my side with this shit.
I know, but it was okay.
I mean, it is
You know
what
what? So
it
here's
is.
the messed up
It was
part.
nice for a foreign man.
I've wore a shirt twice.
I'm gonna pay Charlotte to put Scott in a home there whenever he gets old enough. I'm gonna be like, Charlotte,
with her TikTok
I will
money.
pay you. Yep,
So
Charlotte, I will pay you. All I want you to do is when your dad's old enough, you put him in a home in Oklahoma.
I've wore a shirt twice to this and on this show from Broken Bow,
Bam.
and neither of you have commented on it at all.
I did the first time you wore it, but not on the show.
And it has a Sasquatch on it and says,
Yeah,
"Go outside and enjoy. Worst thing that can happen is Sasquatch finds and kills you."
yeah. I mean, there's Bigfoot barbecue on the way to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So
I
that's
don't
like
think
the
it's
big thing
open
in Broken
anymore.
Bow. Like everything is Sasquatch this, Sasquatch that. Like there's
Hey man, you got to have some sort of attraction.
Squatching it
something.
up.
Doing
Squatching it up.
front squatch. Doing some front squatch.
Yep.
Front squatching.
We have not capitalized on the front squatch.
We haven't. Just squatching in general. We haven't capitalized on any of that.
Create our own
That's a-
squatch wad.
That's a tutorial we should do. Let's go to 1310 and go and see if we can do squatch workouts.
We for sure could.
Record it, put it out there.
Squatch Wad of the week.
Squatch.
Ready?
Squatch Wad.
And it's just the same thing every week.
It's a squatch.
But
we'll make it a national competition. It's a Squatch Wad 1.1, Squatch Wad 1.2.
No,
Yes.
what we do
Let's
is
just do it for fun, right?
Dude, and then we got to go to the Squatch convention with Cahill, and we have it there.
We have
You
the
make it a
final
release
thing.
them. Yeah. So what we do is we do just regular wads
This
and
has been a good business podcast.
have somebody walk through in a Squatch outfit, like, or just stop in and make critiques.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Those are not hip thrusters.
Kong
we're
Gable
not
shows
Squatch.
up, not in a Squatch and a gorilla costume. It's like, close enough.
Meh.
Objects may appear.
I think are we still looking
Like-
for a T-Rex costume?
No, we've got one identified.
He's got one.
We've got two identified.
What was
Toast.
what was one of the stupidest things you ever did in college? I'm just thinking back to the college stories I was telling you about of us driving around. I'm like, we could have been pulled over so easily at any point in time, just driving around drinking in the car. Stupid. Like, I've got pictures on my Facebook still of that, my buddy with his Corona box cowboy hat.
That's where it started.
I think we did more stupid shit in high school than I did in college.
Let me see if I can look this up.
College, I was hustling. I was working.
I think I did
You
more.
were like selling parties and shit, making money, having people come to your.
I didn't want to drink and drive, so we just threw the parties.
That's why I bought the house I bought.
I too know how to throw good parties. Not
Prove
a
it.
I've been to a
problem.
few.
Prove it.
Yeah, you've been to my parties.
Prove it.
We had a good time.
That's where we
did
found
have
out
it.
we were the Seinfeld of podcasts.
Yeah, we did.
And we didn't have enough female
Yeah.
views.
Listen. Changed my mind about it then.
That party was
Prove me
good for
wrong.
like 35 minutes of content over the course of a year.
It was.
Right? Totally.
I mean, listen, we had a great time hanging out in the pool. It was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
It would have been even better. Jason wasn't even on the podcast at that time, but Jason couldn't even stand that conversation. He was like, I'm like, bro, you left me hanging. He's like, I had to leave. I had to leave. He was drinking beer that night, too. That was a wine society.
We've been
He
in
was
conversations
Jason was
like that.
Nah, I got beer.
Yeah, I think it was. Well, I think I had a beer because I was driving. Beth came to drink, and I was gonna drive us home.
That's like my out. You want another one?
No, sorry, I'm driving. Sorry, I'm driving.
Like, yes, please.
I just kind of had my mindset to this last weekend. Like, it was game on. We're going to the Albers.
Yeah,
Game
man.
on.
Dude, yeah.
And I didn't even really.
Until she was
drink
like,
that
this
much.
is the weekend of the baby shower. It could be game on when we're done with that.
No, it was game on there. Like I said, I had frozen margaritas there.
So I do have another podcast idea that I want to share with you guys. After this, off this, because someone else is going
After
to
the podcast.
steal this. But it takes place. Nice.
What's that?
It's
Literally,
the
that's
conversation
us.
talking about booze cruising with
That's the picture?
the Corona cowboy hat.
2008.
Is that beardless Brando?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
All I had was this. This is all that would grow
Is that all
in.
that came in?
And the sideburns. That was it. None
He
of
didn't.
this.
He didn't have the dick beard yet.
What can I say?
Hey, man.
I think that guy picked something on all of us to accentuate that could be funny. Like I think he
Probably.
did it on all of us. Like he made my nose
I mean, bro,
ginormous.
that was all I had. That little thing right there.
Little thing. That little thing. That little guy. I wouldn't worry about that little guy.
That looks like family.
Yeah. That's my sister.
Told you.
But the podcast takes place at my bar.
There's us dressed up as Anchorman.
Oh, look, Brick Cornystone in the back. That's nice.
I like it.
Yeah. That one a lot of people.
Podcast
Veronica-
at your bar.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted to tell us this after.
I'm going to, but I'm
Okay.
saying it will take place standing at the bar.
Also,
your
when you're
bar
bored,
have a
you
mirrored-
build forts, apparently, and this is when we used to build.
Does your bar have a mirrored background or
No.
Okay, cool. That'll work.
There's me with
It
a
is-
buzzed head.
It has glass cabinet doors.
So we wouldn't catch too much
There's
reflection.
me trying to act like I
I
have
don't
big
think so.
arms in my football jersey.
There you
Look
go.
at him pushing them out.
Yeah, exactly. Every guy knows that trick. Let me just get my arm behind here and push that thing out.
Edge that bicep all in front of the bone. Mm-hmm. That's what Kevin Kane does all the time.
God, look at me.
You look like a WWE wrestler in that picture.
Welcome to the Don't Be So Brewed podcast, where Brandon looks at old pictures of himself.
Yep.
And we all laugh.
Look at this photograph.
Did you see my
Every time I
flat
do it
Earth
makes
question
me
I asked on Facebook?
What?
Flat Earth.
Yeah, I saw that.
What about it?
I just threw it out as like a fun thing on Facebook.
I like the Neil deGrasse Tyson response, like picture that you had with it, like, oh, you got me. Whatever.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I posted.
Man, you got social media enough.
I haven't stirred the pot a lot on Facebook anymore. I'm gonna start that back up.
Hey, Dr. A guys here. I just want to know, do you like Swiss Little Debbie Swiss rolls?
What's your favorite Little Debbie snack? Do you like Nutter Butters or actually
Swiss rolls?
And it's not Nutter Butters. It's Nutter Bars. Sorry.
Nutter Bars. Yeah.
I don't want to upset anyone.
We were strongly corrected by.
I don't want to upset anyone, but it's definitely Nutter Bars.
Oh, I'm a huge Swiss roll.
Of course you are. Very phallic shaped.
And Nutter Bars are not.
No, they're square. I've never seen a square dick in my life.
I mean,
Scott's trying to think over here. Both of them are like,
I was thinking,
I'm pretty confident.
I know he's a doctor, but how much dick staring is meat gazing is he doing?
Not enough. I've been in locker rooms.
Not enough.
Not compared to you guys. Your immediate thought was like, let me look up.
No, my response was getting ready to say, how much meat gazing this guy do?
Listen, I'm not one of those doctors. I didn't have to do any of that in school.
And he's like,
when you put the glove on.
Did I say 2 fingers? Better make it 3.
Stop. Okay, keep doing it. If you don't get that movie reference, you'll have to. Yeah, that's a good one. Scott probably definitely does not get that movie reference.
Nope.
So, from Road Trip, right?
Yes.
I knew it was Stifler, but
yeah,
I knew it wasn't
not Stifler, but Stifler. Yeah, with
Sean William Scott.
Yep, and Tom Green.
Yeah, DJ Qualls.
Is it time to feed? Is DJ Qualls in that?
I think so. Isn't? Yeah. Maybe it's not Road Trip then. We're not thinking of DJ Qualls. Is the isn't that the one that he sleeps with the big black lady and steals the underwear?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's DJ Qualls. He's the skinny nerdy kid.
No, DJ Qualls isn't that. DJ Qualls is in the another one of my favorite movies, also from high school time. Since we're getting nostalgic here, The New Guy. The New Guy is where DJ Qualls is the guy in prison that teaches him how to be tough.
But DJ Qualls is Kyle.
What a great reference, DJ Qualls.
Right? DJ Qualls is in fact in that.
Yeah, you gotta show me. Pull
right
that
here.
up on the screen. I got it.
Right there. DJ Qualls.
Yeah, but which?
Road Trip 2000, full cast and crew.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking of DJ Qualls. I'm thinking of someone else. Sorry.
But he was the guy from The New Guy.
No, he was the guy from The New Guy, but he also is in that. Yeah, he's the one that pulls out the girl's underwear.
That's what I said.
Like, did you skin a cheetah? What is that?
I stole her underwear.
He's like, I stole her underwear.
He holds it up, and it's like his full arm's length, and it's just.
That's totally inappropriate for these days, but I laugh my ass off, and I still would.
Yeah. So DJ Qualls from The New Guy.
Yeah. Is there any movies like that didn't hold true, like that you remembered, and you're like, that was the funniest movie, and then you went back and watched it, and you're like, it's not as good.
Road Trip was the movie that made me fall in love.
You love that shit.
I do love it, but I go back and watch the first one now, and just time has passed.
Really?
So
you've changed.
You were a huge fan.
I still love it.
Waiting for the second one, but I was not a big fan of the second one because
really?
I felt like
sorry.
It was the same movie, almost the exact same jokes
for
at the
funding
same
that
time.
Shit, literally.
You're welcome. It was awesome.
Guess we lost that sponsorship.
We might have a shot, man. We get Broken Lizard sponsoring this thing. We've got a different story to tell.
Come around, boys. I got a story to tell.
Boys, come on down.
What is Steve Lemmy's new show, the Tacoma FD?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's Tacoma FD.
There's a couple of them on it. Marva's on it.
Yes. What is it?
Whatever his name is.
I don't remember what station it's on, but
man, that's another good question. Like, what's your favorite sports movie? Like football, basketball, hockey. Like, there's so many that come to my brain whenever I said that.
I like Rudy.
Rudy's a good one.
Jesus
I like Field of Dreams.
Really?
Field of Dreams. It's just such a throwback, though. Rudy's everyone's got to say Rudy.
Rudy's a garbage movie. First off, it's nowhere near true.
Who cares? It's a movie, dude.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be.
You ready? Let's go.
But it's supposed to be true. Like, that's what it's based on his novel and his story, and it's not accurate at all. Like, it didn't happen.
I didn't read the book.
You ever see?
It was accurate for me.
Scott doesn't fucking read
Remember
books.
the Titans?
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans is a good one.
Miracle is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Trouble with a Curve.
Haven't read that one.
You ever seen Mystery Alaska?
I like Moneyball.
Another hockey movie.
No.
Great. I wanted to say Blue Mountain State. That's a TV show. That's not what I'm thinking of. Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues was all right.
Okay.
I used to
shut your face.
I used to really like
coming in here with your Rudy shit.
Listen,
And you're gonna say
Oklahoma.
that's okay.
Listen, Oklahoma.
I used to really like.
I could put up a thing. And
but
people
you
were like,
can
"Oh, yeah, I
relate.
love Varsity Blues."
You can relate.
Are you kidding me? They went to a strip club and their teacher was working there. That's fantastic. That's every kid's dream in high school.
Depends on what your teacher looks
I
like.
used to really like Days of Thunder back
Did
in
you
the
ever
day.
have one of those teachers?
Oh yeah.
Me too.
So this is what I just Googled
My English teacher. She probably watches this.
because
Hablo español.
I wanted to just read.
No, my English teacher, you dumbass.
I wanted
I'm
to
telling you,
just
it's my
read
Spanish teacher,
Kevin
dummy.
Costner's baseball movies.
Yeah, there's a few.
So Bull Durham.
That's a good
Dude,
one.
Major League, by the way. I love Major League.
I like Major
Oh yeah,
League too.
and yeah, both of them. But Bull Durham,
What do you mean both of them? It's like all four of them.
Field of Dreams, For Love of the Game, which is right up there too. That's
Bull
the, that's the
Durham
other
is
one that I was going to say.
great, yes.
Those were
Well,
the Angels.
For Love of the Game is
also good.
like that one actually. When I first probably watched it, it almost made
I
me
think what
cry.
you're trying to say is if you want to do a sports movie, Kevin Costner.
I also love Coach Carter, by the way. I know you're talking about him, but I love some basketball movies too.
The Upside of Anger, The
Space
Postman.
Space Jam is what I was about to mention. I actually just made my daughter watch that this weekend. She loves it.
So
First movie I ever watched in a movie theater.
Really?
it says A League of Their Own. I don't remember Costner in that.
That's Hanks.
Yeah,
that's
right?
Tom Hanks' thing. Maybe he was in it. I don't know.
Was he a coach on the other team?
May have been. And Deadpool?
Another random one. He was in 10 Cup. Great.
Oh,
Isn't he in?
yes.
Yeah, that's a great one.
He's 10 Cup. That's his name in there.
When he beats the guy to get the clubs with like a shovel and like
Yeah,
all that
right.
stuff, he's like, "Hey, I'll play you for this." And it's like, dude, you just got beat by a guy that doesn't even have clubs. He used a shovel and a bat and all this other stuff. Whooped your ass.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, solid sports movie.
We should have had a Happy Gilmore 2. Like, that should have happened.
Oh,
Yeah.
basically it did. There was any movie was just
I
was
think
just
we're
Billy
good on-
Madison
I
part
think we're good
2.
on just one movie of anything that those guys put together.
Bro, that guy.
Again, there's like 9 of every one of them movies.
You can talk about any, like, if you wanted to have someone that's got a friggin' ridiculous, like, which, by the way, if you've forgotten, look up some of his old stuff when he would do concerts and stuff like that. Adam Sandler loved him because he would just make up songs and all this.
Tom
Red
Casey,
Hooded Sweatshirt.
Red Hooded Sweatshirt.
I like the
Red
Hanukkah
Hooded.
songs.
Sweatshirt.
Dip, dip, dip.
I was a bigger fan of The Goat.
Oh, that's what he's talking about. Yeah.
I'm just sitting on the truck watching my cock grow smaller.
You better not say that again.
Yeah, you're talking about piece of shit car.
Garaputo.
Piece of shit car. Nothing, old man. Just sitting on the truck watching my cock grow smaller.
I got a piece of shit car. It sucks, Gamma Dicks.
Oh, I told you we were running over this episode. We were definitely.
Well, we got hella nostalgic there for a minute, and I was like, oh man, it was all coming in all at once.
It's all coming
We got
back
to see Brandon's
me
childhood photos, pre-beard,
Yep.
or whatever that is on his face.
What's on your face, bitch? Nothing. Okay.
It's a little regrowth.
Moving on.
It's called Midnight.
It's a little
This is
regrowth.
Midnight.
This is the shadow.
It's called Midnight.
The shadow knows.
Okay, Batman. Put a fucking Batman mask on you. It's called Midnight.
I am Batman.
I am Batman.
Speaking of, I got a video I got to show you that's a Batman parody.
Korean Batman.
Have you seen that Batman parody?
No, I don't.
I'm not going to talk about it on here. That's
Okay.
how bad it is.
I like it.
We'll
I
pull it up. It's
I'll pull it
hilarious.
up
Yeah.
when we turn.
When
off.
we cut this off, if you want to know, message us. I'll send it to you.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah,
Dad
I'm
Jokey McGee.
All right, let's
Here we
close
go,
out
here we
America's
go.
podcast. America's podcast is coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen.
America's podcast.
America.
What is it called when you have too many aliens? Extraterrestrials.
Do I have to follow that?
Yes, you do.
Thanks for watching America's podcast. So Don't Be So Brewed. Don't forget to like, follow, share. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe. Tell your friends.
Share,
I'm Dr.
share,
Brandon
share.
Brown, and I approve that message.